Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stu's Reviews. It's that time of month again, and today's episode is brought to you in collaboration with Fintech Finance. Fintech Finance is one of the leading news platforms for financial technology. They work with prominent executives in the industry to provide consistent and accurate intelligence on emerging trends, breakthrough technologies, and stimulating developments. You can check them out by going to www.fintech.finance or following them on Twitter at FintechF. Now, this month, they've asked me to do something which I'm not very comfortable with. No, they've not asked me to take my trousers down in public. They've asked me to use Bitcoin. Specifically, Bitcoin through this, Wirex. Now, before I go into a little bit more detail about what Wirex is, I'd like to say that I don't really know lots about Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin expert, so if you're watching this and hope to find out lots about cryptocurrencies, I am not the person for that, and this is not the video to watch. But if you want to find out whether or not Wirex is any good, then this could be a good video to watch. But before I dive into details about Wirex themselves, I want to address one little thing about Wirex. Now, whenever I get sent a product to review, or whether or not I'm asked to review it by Fintech Finance, I always have a look online and have a look at existing reviews to see what other people think of it. Now, I was having a look at Trustpilot, which is a good place to get information reviews on services such as Wirex. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of reviews that I found on here, which, in all honesty, didn't distill me with confidence about Wirex. So, the first one is here. Shameless company. Shameless company, incompetence and dishonesty without facing the mess they create. That's a pretty negative review. There's another negative review down here. They are a very big scam company. They are a very big scam company. Scammed me of £1,000. Literally in 3 transactions, my money vanished, and they took well over 5 to 7 days to reply to my email. Very hard to get hold of. Withdrawing all my crypto and fiat from them, as I can no longer trust them. Of course, I have no idea what fiat is. I thought that was a car, but let's ignore that fact and stick to cryptocurrency. In fact, I'm going to have to Google fiat in a minute or two. So, overall, there seems to be a very big mix of reactions towards Wirex. Some really positive ones and some really negative ones. Now, I'm not here to tell you whether or not you're wrong about your opinion on Wirex, and I've no doubt that some of you people leaving negative feedback like that have Googled it and instantly gone on my video and gone to comment, "Oh my god, Wirex is terrible, it's the worst thing in the world." Well, fine, you can do that. But this is my experience of Wirex. I'm going to review it from a fresh but sceptical face, because those reviews have made me a bit sceptical. So with that said, let's just take a further look at how Wirex works. To most people, Bitcoin is very much like the internet or the stock market. You know these things exist, and that's about it. And if many of you stop to think about it, I'd probably say that a large percentage of you have absolutely no idea how these things work. Well, Wirex is here to make cryptocurrency more accessible and more understandable for the average person like you or me. It's designed to empower anyone to be able to buy, exchange, sell, and even use cryptocurrency in a real-world place like a shop. Before I could review Wirex, I needed to get some currency into the app and onto the card. Now, I already had some cryptocurrency from a previous thing that I did a little while ago, and it wasn't too much, it was about £10. So what I did was, on April the 1st, I decided to put all of my cryptocurrency into the app, which was £10, and convert it all to Litecoin, which is a form of cryptocurrency similar to Bitcoin, but God knows the difference, and God knows why there's multiple versions of it, I don't know. But I decided to put it into Litecoin because that was the most stable. Now, moving forward to April the 7th, my balance, as you could see, had gone up to £11.39, which is an incredible amount of interest on my original input of £9.69. Now, with this £11.39, it obviously gained in value my coins, my Litecoin, which means I was quids in, and I was really happy with that. But, however, moving forward to April the 8th, I'd already dropped almost £1, which wasn't so good. And then we move forward again to April the 24th, I'm on £8.77, which was ultimately less than I started with, so it just shows the volatile nature of cryptocurrency. But, do you know what? Moving my currency around in this app itself into different currencies is dead straightforward. At the moment, I've got £1.04 in the account. All I need to do is press plus, and I can click on this here, because I've got £1 in the account. Change £1 into Litecoin, and then it buys the equivalent bits of Litecoin in £1. There's a fee, which is 1 pence, which is not a problem. And there we are, swapped it over, and it shows I've got 0.016599 Litecoins. So moving it around within the app is really, really easy. So if potentially you've got some Bitcoin and you see that Litecoin is increasing faster, you can quickly switch that over and then switch it back to Bitcoin later. Or you can switch it into British pound sterling by going over here, pressing plus, hitting, and then basically you can choose which account. So I want Litecoin, and then choose max, hit next. There is the 2 pence fee. Oh wait, 2 pence fee for this, so add. So I might have lost 3 pence doing that, but it doesn't matter. It's just a dead easy way to move stuff around. So overall, the experience of moving your currencies around is very, very straightforward. Now, the real benefit of Wirex is being able to quickly use the Wirex card and spend cryptocurrencies out and about. And what better place to spend my Bitcoin than the pub? So I'm going down to the pub now to use my Wirex card to buy myself a pint of the finest lager beverage. Let's hope it works, because I'm dying for a beer. Now, I had hoped that it would be as simple as walking into the pub, putting that into the machine, or using contactless, and paying in Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever currency that I had in there. But it isn't as straightforward as that. Okay, so what I need to do now is move my balance of £7.78 out of here and into a different currency, which is pounds this time, so I can spend it in the pub. Now, what I can do is I've got £8.78 in Litecoin apparently, but I do have a minus £1 fee in my British pound wallet, and I think that's fees, which is a bit annoying, but it doesn't matter. So if I add this now from my Wirex account, tap the max, and then say, wait, next, then add. So that should now have added £7.64 into my account, which means I should, in theory, be able to use this now at the pub. So onward. Should be £6.50. Did that go through? Not authorised. Right, we'll try it and chip and pin then. Oh, that is rubbish.
Number 3, shut that door, was Larry Grayson.
Well, that is disappointing. I'll try and pay for the next round with it. Might take a while.
Number 4, just like that.
Right, so that didn't work straight away, which is a bit weird. I'm wondering if it's because I exchanged the Bitcoin into pound coins just a few minutes ago. So it's obviously not that accessible. I mean, I've still bought my pint,
The music round.
but I had to use my normal card, my curve card, incidentally. So what I might do is have this pint, have a look at the app and see if I can work out why it's not worked, and then we'll go from there. Right, I think I've worked it out. In the app, basically it's not very clear, but in the app you've got this section here where I'm going to record this, do a screen recording now so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is a bit weird. So in the app itself, obviously I've got British pounds, £7.64, but I need to top my card up because it's obviously some sort of prepaid MasterCard type deal, prepaid Visa card thing. So you go to cards, you tap -£1, add funds to card, max, next, then add. And then that adds the funds to the card, so I can buy my next pint. But that's just a really bit of a convoluted way of doing that. It would have been easier just to have been able to exchange it in the app like I did a minute ago. Alright, no worries. Well, I'm going to finish this pint and see where we're at and see if it works. Right, okay, second time lucky.
£6.55.
There we are, ready? Did it work?
You run faster.
And there we go, it worked. Well, that was a rigmarole. No, I don't even see it right. Overall, it's definitely a bit of a rigmarole to get your money into a usable form when you've got it in the Wirex app. There's definitely several steps you've got to go through, which to me isn't as seamless as I'd hoped. I'd hoped for something more like the curve card experience, where you can select the card you want in the app and then your curve card will mimic it. And if you're interested in seeing that review, you can click there or in the description below. But I expected something very similar to this. Potentially me being able to select which cryptocurrency I'd like to pay with, tapping on it, and then this will take it out of that account. That's what I'd hoped for, but obviously that isn't the case. So overall, I was a bit disappointed about the long steps to actually get my money to be usable. Yes, it works, and I didn't have an issue once I'd figured it out. It just didn't work as well as I'd hoped. Now, there is a benefit from using this inside normal places and paying for things like normal. And that is the fact that you get Bitcoin back, or you get a version of cryptocurrency back in the form of a reward. So it's almost like a cashback type program. And you get awarded something called Satoshis, which I think is the name of the creator of Bitcoin. But you get a percentage back. What percentage do you get? Hold on, let's have a quick look. 0.5% back. That's how much you get back by using this card. And that's quite good actually as a cashback program. So that's overall not that bad in terms of a little reward program for using it. But you just need to bear in mind that it isn't as straightforward as walking into the shop and paying with Bitcoin for your beer. Which is a shame, because I would like to say I've managed to buy my beer with actual Bitcoin. But now we should probably talk about my overall opinion on the Wirex and whether or not it's worth using. Do you know what? There are a lot of negative reviews, but I haven't had a single issue using it. Yes, I haven't used it with thousands of pounds, and you can hardly call me a cryptocurrency trader by just messing around with a tenner in the app. So, you know what? I can't say for definite that using lots and lots and lots of money and trading lots and lots and lots is a really safe and easy bet with Wirex. But I found it absolutely fine. And it actually made it quite easy and fun to trade it and move it around and try and watch some of the graphs of whether or not it's going up or down. It's mostly going down. But it did make it quite fun and easy. And I guess for that, I'm quite thankful that this is a bit of an introduction to Bitcoin trading or cryptocurrency trading. But would I recommend this to an average person like me or you that, to be honest, doesn't really have much of an idea about Bitcoin? Now, I'm sure, again, there's lots of you that do know about Bitcoin, but to an average person, average Joe, down the road, he doesn't know about Bitcoin. Is Wirex worth it? Probably not at this point. And actually, do I recommend buying cryptocurrency at all, or even bothering to trade in it? Probably not, because as you've seen, it can go up and it can go down, so it is quite volatile. It's a bit like the stock market, and no one really knows how that works either. So overall, it's probably not for everybody. It's probably for the people who have a little bit of cryptocurrency knocking around in some Bitcoin wallet somewhere that want easy access to it and to spend it very easy. I think it's probably for you, if that's the case, and you do have some Bitcoin stuff stashed behind a virtual sofa. But I think I would issue a word of caution, especially listening to some of the reviews online. I haven't had an issue, so I can say that it works fine. But I wouldn't, with the level of negative reviews online, be comfortable putting my name to it and saying, yes, definitely get it. But if you are interested in it, it's worth giving it a go. And that concludes today's review. A massive thanks to Fintech Finance who sponsored this review again. If you want to check them out, you can head over to their Twitter or their website, which I'll leave in the description below. Other than that, I'll see you back for another episode of Stu's Reviews soon. Before you go, consider supporting me on my Patreon page by clicking here. It'll give you some great discounts on stuff I've reviewed and helps me to continue doing reviews. If you want to see some fun stuff, click here to see the highlights of Stu's Reviews. And, as a friendly reminder, click this button to subscribe.